Good morning, students. I am Dr. Nitin Kumar Agarwal, Associate Professor, Timid College. Once again, your heartiest welcome is here on this platform. And today, as we are studying the financial accounting, the topic for the day would be numerical question for the financial statement, that is final accounts. And it will comprise trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet, and some adjustments. So we should proceed with the numerical question on Excel sheet. So this is the question for the day that from the following trial balance of Mr. Rajan, prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2023. It means a particular financial year you have to prepare the financial statement, final account, and balance sheet as that date after taking into account the adjustment given below, because some adjustments are given below trial balance, so you have to observe. And the very first thing is that trial balance is given to you, so you have to go through it so that you have an idea that exactly what account, how many accounts are there, and where a particular account would be placed, right? And this is the particular format right side of final account, you can observe. Okay, we have to place every item from trial balance to this format of trading P&L and balance sheet. Okay, so the very first account is Rajan's capital, so it would be mentioned in liability side, and Rajan's drawing account would be reduced, would be subtracted from capital account, and purchase would be debit in trading account, sales in the credit side of trading account, sales return would be reduced from sales, and purchase return would be subtracted from purchases. Stock on 1st April 2022, it is the opening stock. Wages, again, this is the direct expenses, would be shown in the trading account debit side. Building in the asset side, and 12% investment, that is purchased on 1st July 2022 within financial year for which you are preparing this final account, so it would be mentioned in the asset side. Interest on investment, this is the income, so it would be shown in the credit side of P&L account. And accrued interest on investment, this is the new thing for you all, as earlier there was no such kind of the item in the P&L account in the trial balance as to solve. So now you are studying a new point, that accrued interest on investment is given to you, right? So it is given in the debit side, so it should be mentioned in the debit side. It means assets balance sheet. And freight and carriage inward, it is again the direct expenses to be located, to be placed in the trading account debit side, and general expenses in the P&L account debit side. And advertisement, again the case of expenses to be shown in the debit side of P&L account. And commission, this is the income because it is mentioned in the credit side of trial balance, so that is the credit balance, and it should be mentioned in the credit side of P&L account. And taxes and insurance, it is the expenses in the debit side of P&L account. And debtors, the case of assets, so assets in the balance sheet, and creditors in the liability, bills receivable assets, and bills payable liability. Cash at bank, cash in hand, both are the assets, so in the balance sheet, debit side, asset side. And salaries is given to you 8,000, that is again the expenses, indirect expenses, it should be shown in the P&L account debit side. Okay, and these are some adjustment. As stock, this is the closing stock, and as you know that a particular adjustment will give the effect two side, debit and credit. So the closing stock would be placed in the trading account credit side and in the asset side of balance sheet. And the second one is insurance prepaid, so it would be reduced, it would be subtracted, right, from the insurance. And it is the expenses related to the future, so this is the advance, this is like advance, so it would be shown in the asset side, this is an asset. And outstanding liabilities, it means those expenses which are dues, you have not made the payment, but it is related to this current financial, this particular financial year for which you are preparing the financial statement, so it should be added in the particular expenses as it is related to. And it should be shown in the liability side as outstanding expenses. And commission, that is yet to be received, so it is related to financial year, it is to be added in the commission received, and it would be asset because you have not received the payment till now. Okay, so this is an asset. And depreciate building, at the rate 2% per annum. So you have to charge the depreciation on the building, and that particular amount would be subtracted from the building amount, and it should be shown in the debit side of P&L account as a loss in the form of the depreciation. Right. So the very first item we have to consider, that is the Rajan's capital 3,84,000. So we have to write here capital 3,84,000. Another item is drawing 7,600. Purchases 89,000. Sales 1,50,000. Sales return 2,800. Right, 47,800 is the balance, and purchase return 4,500. Right, 84,500 is the balance, and opening stock, that's why we left space for it, because this is a particular format, as you are aware of. So we have to write here that to opening stock, that is 12,000, and wages 8,000. Right. Building 2,20,000, because there is a depth, so we have to write this amount in the inner column, 2,20,000. And investment 1 lakh. And interest on investment, this is the income in the credit side. But we should take the idea that how many items are there in the trading account. So you see that after this opening stock, wages we have already written, and this is again the freight, one item, and right, no any other item to trading account. So we can mention here this particular amount to wages, right, building, investment, interest on investment. Right. Ninth, accrued interest on investment, as I told you earlier, that it is an asset, because it is mentioned in the debit side of P&L account. So we have to mention here this accrued interest on investment, right? And what is the amount? That is 9,000. Okay, accrued interest on investment 9,000. sorry, 3000, right? So we have to mention here 3000. Okay, just check it. And interest on investment was 9000. Okay, accrued interest on investment, that is 3000. So carefully we have to mention. And the next item is 20,000. So 2, because it is direct expenses, freight and carriage inward. Outward is given, then it is the indirect expenses would be shown in the P&L account debit side, but it is now the direct expenses. So we are carrying in trading account freight and carriage inwards 20,000. General expenses, that is the part of P&L account. 2 general expenses, that is 2000, right? And advertisement, to advertisement, that is 2400. And commission in the credit side, right? So by commission, that is 3500. And taxes and insurance 1300. To taxes and insurance 1300. Debtors 65,000, right? Debtors 65,000. And creditors 12,000. So we have to mention in the liability side, creditors 12,000. Right, creditors we have mentioned. Now bills receivable 15 and bills payable 7,000. Okay, how much amount is given to you? Just check it. Bills payable, that is 7,000. Okay. And cash at bank 12,000. Okay. And cash in hand 1,900. Salaries 8,000. Right. So items are fulfilled as observing from trial balance. Now time is for making adjustment, right? Already you are aware after making the practice of a few questions. Stock on 31st March, that is valued 15,000. So we have to mention this closing stock this side, and also in the asset side 15,000. Next adjustment is insurance prepaid 400, right? Insurance, taxes and insurance. Okay, then we have to write this amount here, and less prepaid insurance, that is how much? 400. Okay, so this is amount is 400, and this amount should be written, sorry, 1300, and 900 will be written over there, right? And this particular prepaid insurance as being an asset, so prepaid insurance would be mentioned in the balance sheet also, and the asset side rupees 400 prepaid insurance, because the adjustments are to be placed in two places already discussed. And now the next adjustment is outstanding liabilities for salaries and taxes, right? 2000 and 1300. So add outstanding salaries 2000, and it should be mentioned here 8000, and this would be 10,000, right? And this particular outstanding salary should be mentioned here, outstanding salaries 2000, and outstanding taxes, and outstanding taxes are 1300, right? So we just make a space for that particular item, this adjustment. Add outstanding taxes, that is 1300. Let's check it. Yes, 1300. And we have to write here 2200, and this 1300 should be shown, should be mentioned in the liability side, 1300, right? And next adjustment is commission, which is to be received, right? So this is the income, so you should add it in the commission, but before that we should mention the particular lines. And here accrued commission, right? This is to be added, that is 5000. It means you have already earned, but it is not received till now, right? So this is the particular case, accrued commission, that is rupees 5000. And the last adjustment is depreciate building 2% per annum, right? So this is the case. You can calculate 2,20,000 into 2 divided by 100, that is 4,400. I am just showing you that how can you calculate with an Excel sheet, right? And you can subtract by using this formula, equal to 2,20,000 minus 4,400. So you find this amount, that is 215,600, right? So we have filled all the items from trial balance, and now we have to take the total and we have to find that what is the gross profit. So we have to take the total of these particular figures, that is 6,200, 800, right? And the closing stock we mentioned, and this, right? And 2, we have to take the total of this. This is 1,24,500. There is a case of loss, right? 1,245,000, and this is the amount 628,000 for remembering, right? 1,245,000. So we should take the total of the highest column. That is, we have to observe it is debit side or credit side. So here you find that the credit balance is less than the debit. So we just took the total of debit side first, then carried into the credit side, and we have to find the difference, equal 1,245,000 minus 628,000. This is 61,700. This is 61,700. This is gross loss by gross loss to gross loss, 61,700. Okay, so this is the particular case, gross loss or profit, right? uh, okay, so we should check it again, that this is the case, right? And we have to take the total of this particular figure, 78,300. We should mention here 78,300, and we take the total of this one, this side, this is 17,500. So we should calculate, equal 78,300 minus 17,500. We find 60,800. This is by net loss, 60,800 less net loss, 60,800, and we have to subtract this, okay, this one, equal 384,000 minus 60,800. So this is the amount, and here you can find the final adjusted capital, that is 323200 minus 7600, and you find this one, right? Now we have to take the total of both the side to match the balance sheet. Here is 427,900, and there should be the total same. It means the balance sheet is matched, right? Otherwise there is any error left, okay? And yes, no doubt, the balance sheet is not matched over there because of some errors. So this is the particular way of preparing any balance sheet, the final account, and we have to match why there is any error. So what is the particular technique? The technique is the same, that you should go again your particular question, and you can tally with the one by one every item, or you can check where any particular adjustment is left without treating. So the very first item is 3,84,000. So we check it, that 3,84,000, yes, it is mentioned. So I'm just making your understanding that if any error is left, so how to check it, how to, because already you have prepared number of questions of final account. So this is the time that to check the errors, to find the errors and then solve it. And this would definitely, this will make a particular result that you would be able to find the errors. Okay, so let's see that where the particular error is left. Okay, so drawing 7600, and this is the case, you wrote it. And purchases 89,000, right, and sales 1,50,000. Okay, you see that there is an amount 1,50,000, and we mentioned here only 50,000. So this is the particular way you can go through a particular trial balance and find that if any figure is mistaken, or you wrote wrongly there, right. So you have to mention this particular amount here, and you find that 1,50,000 minus 2,800, you find this figure. And now you have to take the total of this. Okay, the total is okay, we just delete it. Okay, and we try to find the total of this particular item, that is 2,23,900. And you have to take the total of this, right. So the total of this side is 124, right, and we can take this final figure of gross profit equal 223,900 minus 124,500, that is 99,400, right. So it is now gross profit, not okay. There was a gross loss, it was written over there, so yes, we should delete it, right. It is not the gross loss. Again, this is not a gross loss, right. And we take the total, and we just remove this line also, otherwise there would be a confusion. So the total is 1,62,200, 1,62,200, and we find the figure here of gross profit, but we have to take the total of first, right. Okay, so debit side, right, we take the total of this. This is 1,24,500, and we try to find out the gross profit. 1,62,200 minus 124,500, and you find that there is a gross profit of 37,700. This is to gross profit CD, right, and by gross profit BD, that is 37,700, and there is no any gross loss, right. So we should mention this figure right? And now we take the total of this side, the credit side, in order to calculate the net profit. So this is the figure we should write here, 116,000, and if we take the total of debit side, okay, so that is the figure, that is 16,600, right? So we have to get the net profit figure, that is 116 minus 16,600, and you find 99,400. It is to net profit transfer to capital account, right? 99,400. This is not the net loss now, net profit 99,400. Just check it again, 99,400, and the total of this is here, that is okay. Just this side we take the total of this figure, it was 384 plus 99,400, right? This is the total, 483,400, and we have to find the figure after drawing. The net adjusted capital is 483,400 minus 7,600, and you find this figure, right? But as you see that now the balance sheet is not matched again, so maybe there is any other error. So this question definitely make your understanding that how to solve it. Okay, so today's practice you have to make for finding the error, so that you analyze that exactly, because deliberately I made some errors over there, and you have to try that exactly what is the mistake and what is the error in this particular solution, why we are not having the matched balance sheet of both side, liability and assets. Okay, so now you can take the total, or you can have the difference, that exactly what is the difference, as I told you earlier, then that if your balance sheet is not matched, so how what is the way to uh, try to find out the errors left already in the preparation of final account. Okay, so you can take the total or difference, right? 498,100 minus 427,900, there is a difference of 70,200. Okay, so as you see that, first of all you should take the total of both the side of trading account, right? Both the side of trial balance. Okay, so if you see that 5,70,000 and 5,70,000 both are the same, but sometimes it is written over there, so you should have a total, right? And second thing, any item is left or not, as or the figure which you carried in the trading P&L and balance sheet, it was properly mentioned with the amount given in the trial balance, or you wrongly entered, right? As the case was for the sales. So as you see, the sales was rupees 1,50,000, and only 50,000 was written over there. So now we have corrected it, and sales return 2,800, 4,500. This is your return from purchase, and you find the figure 84,500. And the stock was 12,000, and wages 8,000. Uh, freight is given to you, okay, and you have to mention the freight. Yes, 20,000, it is 20,000. And the building is given you 2,20,000, and investment 1 lakh, right? So you see that building 2,20,000 and investment rupees 1 lakh. Okay, so investment rupees 1 lakh, right? Interest on investment 9,000, it is written in the credit side as you can observe, right? And accrued interest, it is the debit side balance, so balance sheet 3,000 accrued interest on investment we have mentioned, right? And 20,000 freight inward already mentioned in the trading account. General expenses 2,000, right? 2,000 already given. And advertisement 2,400, yes. Commission 3,500, and taxes insurance 1,300, okay. Taxes and insurance 1,300, right? And debtors 65,000, so debtors are given you 65,000, and creditors 12,000, creditors 12,000, bills receivable 15,000, and bills payable 7,000, right? Bills payable 7,000, cash at bank 12,000, and 1,900 cash in hand. So it is mentioned in a proper way. Salaries 8,000, it is 8,000, right? So what do you think? Where is the error? Maybe in totaling or maybe in calculations, right? Closing stock 15,000, closing stock 15,000, and closing stock we have maintained 15,000 in balance sheet also. Insurance prepaid 400, right? Insurance prepaid we have to subtract. So let's prepaid insurance and find figure 900, and this particular amount 400 is to be mentioned. Prepaid insurance 400, and outstanding liabilities 2,000. Outstanding liabilities, right? Salaries 2,000, so salaries, yes, outstanding 2,000, that is the total 10,000, and this 2,000 figure is here, you can see, right? And taxes 1,300, taxes 1,300 outstanding, right? So the total of this and this one 2,200, right? Commission 5,000 is to be received, so we have to add this accrued commission 5,000, 8,500 again in the outer column, and 5,000 to be received. Yes, commission is to be received. You have to check it whether we have mentioned it or not. So you have to observe this commission. This is the accrued commission, right? This is an asset, so accrued commission is not written over there, right? So there was a mistake. Accrued commission, as I told you that it should be mentioned every transaction, every adjustment, right, in two places. So accrued commission 5,000, okay, and there was a mistake, right? And now we should check the calculation, okay. So from very starting we check it, right? Okay, we can use the calculator also if you find very easy or convenient for you, right? So 1,50,000 and 2,800, if you subtract this amount you find 147, okay, 150, and you have to take the total of this, yes, 200, right? It is correct, 1,62,200, okay. And we should try by using the calculator, okay. So we find that 12,000 is there, right, plus 84,500, right, and 8,000 plus 20,000, right, and this is the particular amount 1 lakh, we mentioned here 1 lakh 24,500, and we have to subtract from 162,200 minus 124,500. So this is the correct answer, 37,700, and we have to mention here yes. And now we have to check the total of this side, 37,700 plus 9,000 plus 8,500 and right, okay, there is a particular mistake because we mentioned we did not remove it, right? So net loss, okay, we just remove it, and this is the total in the calculator 55,200. That's why I'm telling you that sometimes if any mistake is there, you can easily remove if you try to find out. Okay, so this is again the practice and understanding you may develop that if something is wrong or anything whatever it was uh, there was a mistake, you can easily remove, you can easily find out, you can locate the errors and you can resolve it, right? So this is the total of this side and you have to take this total, right? And you find that this is the figure, so you have to take the total of debit side. It is 2000, 2400 plus 2200 plus 10,000, right? So this is the particular figure, that is 16,600, and we have to subtract this amount from 55,200 minus 16,600, that is 38,600. Okay, this is the net profit, right? 38,600. We have to correct this, 38,600. Okay, so you observe that what kind of the errors may take place and how to resolve it. So today we are making this session exactly for finding out the errors in the final account, because already you had made the practice of different questions, and but this is the particular question for finding out the errors, how to resolve the errors, how to try, because many of the students find this difficulty that sir, at the time of examination, if the balance sheet is not matching, right, or both the sides of balance sheet are not matched, so what solution we have? This is the solution that from very beginning, one by one, you have to check that maybe if you are leaving any error while placing any item or every item from the trial balance, and then you have to come to the adjustment, uh, track your calculations, right? Or right, so this is the particular way, and now we have to take the total of this figure, that 3384 triple zero and plus net profit, that is 38,600, and you find 422600, and then you have to uh, find this figure, right? And equal, okay, just we use this calculator, 422600 minus 7600, the figure is 415000. Okay, and now we come to take the total of this side, that is 4,32,900, and if we take the total of this side, that is 4,37,300. Again, there is a particular problem, so we have to check it, right? So you find that what is the difference? The difference is 4,37,300 minus 4,32900. So there is a case of the 4,400. So there is an error, right? 4,400. So maybe that a particular adjustment you left, okay, or exactly what is the particular case you have to find. So what the way you have that you have to find this error, that 4,400 is given to you, okay. So we have to check it that 20, or you can make the half of this amount, that is 2,200, and you try that 2,200 is given to you somewhere, or 4,400, right? So in the trial balance we approach, 2200 or 4400. No, such kind of the a particular item is not given you with this amount, right? Yes. There is an error that there is a figure of this particular amount, that is depreciation. Yes, 4400 on building, right? We find it. Okay. So you see that the difference was the 4400, and there was a figure of 4400, that is the depreciation on building, right? So this is another way that if the same amount is here, so you can check that this particular adjustment of depreciation is given in the P&L account or not, right? As you check it, you find that in the P&L account, this particular figure is not mentioned. Okay, so this is the way that the you have to try to find out the difference, right? And we find that there is a difference of 4400, the same amount, right? That is the depreciation on building. So you have to mention to depreciation on building, right? 4400. So there would be no difficulty if one by one to you try to find the errors, right? So this is the particular technique that you have to check your question thoroughly, and you should take the difference of both the side, and that difference should be matched or should be tallied with any item given in your trial, in your trading P&L and balance sheet. And if you find the same figure, then you should go through the adjustment that you have made or not, or you have placed the item properly in a place or not. And you should try. Sometimes what happens that double amount or the half of them, that amount is to be mistakenly recorded there, right? So you should go through it, and 4400, now you should take the total of this figure, right? And this is your figure of credit side, and you should mention 5200, and again this is the total of debit side, that is 21,000, and you should take the difference 55,200 minus 21,000, and you find exactly the profit is 34,200. This is to net profit, right? And this net profit should be adjusted 34,200, 34,200, and the figure is that equal 38,400 minus 34,200. You find 3498, and you have to subtract the drawings from 348900 minus 7,600. You find this figure, right? Because you have to less this amount. Okay, just delete it, this one delete, and equal this minus this amount, right? 39. Okay, so we just try to have the calculation here, that equal 349800 minus 7600. Okay, so you find the figure 342200. Okay, and now you have to take the total of this amount, and now you have to take the total of, sorry, this is not the less, this is add, because earlier it was the net, right? That's why there is again the mistake. Okay, so you have to solve it. Sometimes it happens, definitely it would happen, because there was an error, and if you check it and you correct it, you will find that there was already written as a less, right? But it was now profit. Earlier it was the loss, so you had subtracted. Now you have to add this total. So equal 384,000 plus 34,200. So this is the amount that you should write for 18200, and here you have to mention that equal 418,200 minus 7,600. This is drawing, and you find the figure 410,600, and you will see the correct answer with yourself, that 4,32,900. So sometimes you see that this is the case that you are not able to match the balance sheet, and now you are experienced that different kinds of the errors may take place in the preparation of final accounts. So exactly what is the solution today? I discussed with you that if your balance sheet is not matched, and again you will make the mistake of uh, due to any particular error, because deliberately I left two or three errors over there. But as you see that if you are taking the total, and because there was a mistake, then the so difficulties you will find in preparation of the final account. Okay, so this is the last topic of final account, because earlier already I made you to learn about the final account preparation, and this question will make you to do the practice when you find some errors, you find some difficulties, right? So this is the particular case, and I think the particular lesson for the day is finding the errors while preparing the final accounts, if you take into consideration the trial balance. Okay, so once again, from very beginning, we should take the particular look on this particular question. The trial balance was given to you, and you have to write, you have to exactly what is the way to prepare very effectively your final account. Okay, so from very beginning, the very first thing is that you should go through the trial balance, reading every item, and it should be placed in a right place. Okay, so and after that make the adjustment, and if you find some errors, you should correct them, right? So have a practice, have a nice day. Thank you very much.